In this scenario, it's important to remember what the most important part of the situation is, and that's patient care, and that's providing the best possible care that we are able to as members of the Mesa Fire Medical Department, and giving that patient the best chance of survival that they have. So as I go in, I'm going to monitor the situation, try and get an idea of what's going on. I'm going to have my crew integrate into the patient care, see what care needs to be done, see how my crew can assist the crew that's already working there. And then I want to work my way to the captain and the mother or the parent in this scenario, to kind of see what, listen in and see what I see as going on. Also, I want to check even before that who is on the EPCR, to make sure that we're getting accurate documentation. If it is the captain who is with who is doing the arguing, then I'll grab the EPCR away from him, hand it to a member of my crew. That way they can document the information. And like I mentioned, I want to kind of gather the facts, kind of listen in to see what is happening without making myself known yet, or giving my input. The captain may very well have some be in the right and wants to provide the best care, and it may be being interrupted by the patient. But I don't want to necessarily jump to conclusions. At that point, I want to make sure I communicate effectively with the captain. I want to ask him, hey, can I take over here and talk with them while you can get back to your crew, since you are the captain of that crew and you guys work together the best. I would rather have him or her integrating with his crew and providing that care, and then I can speak with the parent and see if we can handle things a little bit more calmly. If it hasn't been done, I want to make sure I educate the parent on hospital statuses and such, and really advise to them that the best chance that their child has for survival is by us transporting to this specific hospital. So I want to make sure that they get that and understand that. With that, I think it's important to remember that people perceive us in certain ways, and when we're argumentative and things like that, it comes off as unprofessional. And I don't want anyone to appear that we're unprofessional. It comes off as uncaring. And I especially don't want a parent who has a child in this situation to feel like that we're not caring for them. I do want to make sure I show compassion and empathy for the parents here. There's a parent's worst nightmare to have a situation like this, and I want to make sure that they understand that all of us on scene in the Mesa Fire and Medical Department are aware of them, and we're going to do everything we can to support their needs right now. I want to make sure BC is dispatched on this so that they can take over customer service sector when they arrive on scene. And with this, as we treat the patient, there's going to be a come where we need to transport them. I want to make sure that our crew is being safe, the patient's being safe. So as we load the patient into the ambulance, we're obviously going to go code 3 to the hospital. I want to make sure that we have the paramedics and the necessary equipment that goes in with the patient to treat them. I want to make sure everybody is seat belted before we take off, because it definitely is a high stress scenario. I want to make sure I feel comfortable with whoever's driving the ambulance, that I feel comfortable with them driving code 3 under a high stress situation. And then I'm going to have a spotter jump up front with them as well, to make sure that we have 2 sets of eyes on the road. We're obviously going to be doing a follow-up in this situation. After this, after the call is over, I want to have a conversation with the captain, just see, hey, what happened there? I just let him, blow off some steam, him or her blow off some steam if we need to do that. If that captain needs to do that. I also want to make sure everybody has the opportunity and talk with my crew members as well as the other crew members, see how everybody is feeling. This is a situation which a lot of members of our department can that could have an effect on them with them having kids, and I want to see how they're doing. I want to go out of service. We're going to have some time to decompress at the station. I think we should meet together with both crews and talk about it. I want to meet with my crew individually, see how everybody's doing, see if anybody needs to go home to be with their family members. I want to make sure that the ambulance personnel as well gets the same opportunity to talk and have them come to our station so that we can all talk about it together, see if there's things, and if any of the police officers that were involved need to talk. We do have resources available. The police officers have the same needs as us, and they have the same resources. CISM, EAP, we can have counselors talk to anybody, but just make sure everybody is feeling good. Ultimately, we want to make sure I treat the patient, treat their family, and treat my crew members and all the other personnel working like family. Okay, I want them to get the same respect and care that I would give a family member of my own. This is how we show care. This is the exact situation where we can show compassion, we can show accountability, we can show respect for each other, respect for the family members, and show off our excellent patient care skills. After which, after the scenario and all is said and done, I want to document this as a pre-hospital report, just so it's put in paper what happened, and talk with the battalion chief afterwards, let him or her know the situation, what happened, and I think it's a good opportunity to a good learning scenario for the department as a whole, and talk with the battalion chief and how we can maybe get some specific training onto how to handle high stress situations and difficult calls with parents.